Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dot modifiers, like these, and line modifiers, which you can do a lot of cool stuff with, like make curvy sweeping lines like these, and also some straight lines, which I've only got one kind of straightish line in this design, and also make pretend circles like these. Anyway, I like line modifiers, they're fun to play with. And then those are the modifiers. And then there's also consonant stems. So there's different base shapes that these modifiers attach to make our consonants. And lastly, there's vowels. And vowels are quite a bit trickier than the other things, which are also tricky. But vowels are smaller circles like these. And they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of these four consonant stems. So in this little key right here, we show the different positions of the vowels, which the O's are always on the inside of the word circle, E's are on the line of the word circle, A's are outside the word circle, and if they're an I or a U, they have a line on them. So an I is like an E, but with a line going inwards, and a U is like an E, but with a line going outwards. And that's in towards the center of the word, and this is out away from the center of the word. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to this design and start reading it. This stuff will make more sense in context. So this is the bottom of the word circle. You read at the bottom and go counterclockwise, kind of like going back in time. So this is our very first word, and this is the very first letter on our first word. And it's a circle on the line of the word circle, so that makes it a TH because there's no modifiers on it. So these dots are close to this stem, so they go here, and there's no lines ending on it. So again, just a TH. And then we have a little circle, so it's a vowel, and it's on the line of the word circle. So that makes it an E. And there's no lines coming from it, so it's still just an E. And we have this shallow divot stem, so we go back to our key, and it's in this row because it's a shallow divot, and it's got 3 dots on it, so that makes it an R. And then we have an E at the end of the word, so this is the word T-H-E-R-E, so there. And then we continue to our next word, bottom of it's here. This is an I, line going towards the center of the word circle. So again, same position as an E, but with that line on it. Continuing around, here's a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it, so that would be an S. So is, then we have our next word, and there's only one letter stem in this word, so that's what we read. And it's an N, because it's got 1 line ending on it. So lines that pass through do not count, only lines that end on it count. So that would be an N. And then we have an O, hanging out like a bead on a string on that stem. So O's are kind of tricky when they're attached to a stem. So this is the word circle line, and if the vowel were on it, then it would be an E. But this is the consonant stem line. And because it's attached to that consonant stem and not the word circle, that's why it's an O. So if we look at this stem, an E would be inside that letter stem, and O is the one on it like a bead on a string, and A would be outside it. And we could put the E on the line, I guess, like it would be by itself, but yeah. So this is an O on the consonant stem, and this is an O on the consonant stem. An E would be on the word circle. So that's kind of tricky. So no. And then here's our next word. It's a big old word. And the bottom of it's here. This is our first letter stem. This line that passes through doesn't count. But this one ends on it and this one ends on it. So that makes it an H. So this is the letter H. We have another I, line going towards the middle, just like that I. This is another deep divot stem. So same row as the H, except that it only has 1 line on it, so that's a G. And then we have another deep divot. Lots of junk happening, but 2 lines ending on it, so that would be another H. Then an E, hanging out on the line of the word circle. A shallow divot with 3 dots is another R, just like this R. So higher, and then we have our next word, bottom of it's here. This is a circle inside the word circle with 1, 2 lines ending on it, making it a P. Continuing around, here we have a U, line going outwards, an R with 1, 2, 3 dots on it, and then another P, 1, 2 lines on it, and an O. just like this O hanging out on the letter stem. So again, word circle would be an E, letter stem makes it an O. So O, and then we have this shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it, making it an S, done a lot like this S, and then another E hanging out by itself on the line of the word circle. So purpose, then we have our next word, bottom of it's here, T-H-A-N. So TH, just like this, T-H-A outside the word circle. It's the only letter that's outside the word circle. And then an N, just like that N, with 1 line ending on it. And then we have our next word, bottom of it's here, shallow divot 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So it's an S, just like this S. We have an E hanging out inside that letter stem, another R with 3 dots on it. Then we have this shallow divot with 1 line ending on it. And this is the line for the I, that's after the V. And another S, 1, 2, 3 lines, and an E. So S-E-R-V-I-S-E. And this is the word service. And you'll notice that this is the letter S, not a letter C, because in the script you only use this letter C if it's a proper noun or an acronym. Otherwise, you swap it to an S or K depending upon what sound it makes. So if you were to write the word circle, like the shape, you would spell it like S-I-R-K-L-E-S. So circles, and circles is spelled circles. So anyway, that's why this is an S instead of a C. It's because that C gets swapped to an S because it goes S. So service. And then we have our next word, bottom of it's here. 1 letter stem, the shallow divot shape, and there's a big ol' O on it. You can make vowels bigger than normal if they are attached on letter stems, because you know they have to be vowels, because only vowels can attach on other letter stems. So this is the word to. And then our last word, we're almost done. Bottom of it's here. This is an O hanging out inside the word circle. Then we have a TH on the line, just like this TH or this one. Then an E, shallow divot with 3 dots is an R, and then another S with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So there is no higher purpose than service to others. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about how many things I got to line up in this design, like this curvy line interacting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different letters across 3 different words, and this word connecting not only with this word but the letter from this word. And there's so many interconnecting things happening here, and it makes me so happy when I can pull that kind of stuff off. So yep, I'm really happy with this design, and I hope it makes a great tattoo for you. I'm excited for your shoulder piece. Bye.